Hey guys, in this video we're going to head to the White Palace to get the other white fragment and complete the Kingsoul, which will be needed to acquire the second and third endings. And the next video I release will be on how to acquire those two endings. The first step we're going to do, if you haven't done so already, is go to the Seer with, I believe it's 1800 essence. And then once you do that, you'll be able to get the upgraded Dream Nail. The Awoken Dream Nail. And then if you have at least 2400 essence, you can talk to the Seer again and you will see her kind of vanish, and that will give us another 1% towards our completion. And then when you're done talking to her, we're going to head back to the Stag Station, and we're going to head to the Hidden Station, which is the Ancient Basin Station. So here we are at the Hidden Station. You can just head to your left, and you might remember we have seen a kind of night-looking guy that looks like we could hit him with the Dream Nail. If you hit him with the Dream Nail before you upgraded it, then nothing would have happened. But now that we have the Awoken Dream Nail, we can hit him to enter the White Palace. And here we are. You can exit to your left. But as we continue to our right here, we're going to come across an enemy who's guarding the front, basically the front door to the palace. He's a little tough to get used to at first, but I'll go ahead and tell you a good trick against this guy is to just nail spike his head. So the doors will open after you defeat him. Once we get inside, we are going to kind of find a little bit of platforming stuff. So these bugs, if you nail spike them, you can kind of use them to like give you a boost. We find our first bench. And basically all we're going to be doing in the White Palace is a lot of platforming. So that's why I wanted to kind of show you guys the walkthrough on it in case you guys wanted to see how to like get through everything. So you can like follow my exact steps in case you get stuck somewhere, and you'll be able to see kind of what I did to pass some of the challenges. So once we reach this area, we're gonna get locked in with another one of those night guys. So Vengeful Blast and nail spike in his head kind of makes quick work of him. And then we just continue. And this is what we're going to be looking for all throughout this area to progress. Is this like, I guess it's a lantern. You hit the switch and the lantern turns on. So you could see before, you might have noticed there was a door that was blocking one of our paths. And so now we can go that way, and the door should be open now. All throughout here you'll find these black soul statues so you can fill your soul. Which there is a charm that I'll go over here in a bit, that if you have that you won't really need too much soul, but if you don't have that charm, it's kind of good to know where these statues will be. So now this door is opened, unlocking the elevator to the next floor. So we're going to dash across and jump up. You'll see me hitting the walls because I'm looking for the path of pain, and I believe it's to the left right there, behind that curtain. But I won't be going over that in this video necessarily. That'll be another video. So now you see we come into this room, kind of like a middle like room hub. Above us you can see this is the original exit. So from now on, Once you reach this point, you will enter and exit the White Palace from there. Above that, there's another soul statue. And then once I jump over here, it'll pan down, but you'll see to the right here is another bench, and this is where I'll put on the charm that is pretty necessary here. It's the Hive Blood charm. If you don't have it, check out my video on the Hive. You just have to fight the what's it called? The Hive Soldier or Hive Lord, something like that. Hive Knight, that's what it was. And once you defeat him, you'll be able to go grab that charm. So here we're gonna jump over that first saw. Then we have some saws on the wall. It's not as easy as I'm making it look. I did a lot of editing on this video. Pretty much almost all of these platforming areas I had to like cut and edit and retry like a bunch of different times. So what you see is basically the polished edit of how I got through. So dashing through and then dash and Monarch Wing over here. Timing is very important in this area, because if you're off by like a second, one of the saws will hit you. We have another statue over here in case you don't have the Hive Blood charm. You could potentially do this without the Hive Blood charm, and if you don't know the Hive Blood charm, just every time you get hit, you will slowly heal that last mask. On this one, you want to wait till the saw goes into the left side of the wall and then jump up. This one, you're going to want to be very slow and patient and walk just enough ahead. And of course, at the last part where there's 3 saws, you're going to want to dash across. So you have to time this perfectly to dash through those saws. Alright, this one you want to slide down as soon as that saw goes by so that you can crystal hard dash across, and same thing with the second one. And after that, we found our first lantern here. But that is not enough to open the path quite yet. So we're going to go back to our main area. We'll hit this switch to open this door that brings us back here. You can hit the soul statue again now if you need to. So here's the doors we're trying to open there. We're going to rest at the bench again on our way through. Also, if you hit these like royal guys, they'll fill up your soul as well. But we're gonna jump up, and at this like top right corner here, we're gonna go to our next challenge. And we can't quite reach the lantern yet, so we're gonna head to our right. So look out for the saw on the ground here. I let it come up right towards me and then chase it and then jump. Do a singular jump across these 2 here. So yeah, these ones are pretty difficult. You have to jump above the first one and then across into this little crevice in the wall. Then I follow this next saw up. Then we're going to skip past this one. Now there's double saws. You have to jump right between them. There's nothing out that way, it's just a balcony. So we head back to our left. And now we have this crazy room. So we're going to jump across to this first platform here. Carefully drop down. Monarch Wing over to this platform. And you can kind of drop around to these other ones, and then jump directly between this hole. Yeah, and don't dash right here because you'll hit that. So fall off the edge, monarch wing once, monarch wing and dash, which I didn't quite make it, but apparently the game said that I made it close enough, so it spawned me back on this platform. And then you're gonna have to jump up and dash across. So looking out for those, we're gonna dash and then drop before the saw hits us. Here you dash and monarch wing up. It's very kind of difficult to get the timing right. Dash to this one. Now we've got 2 saws to dash past. And 2 more. Kind of good to be patient and take your time with it. Alright, this next one will hit you if you run across, so you have to jump over it. So I chase after it, jump over it, dash to the end, slide down. And we are getting close now. Here's another soul statue we can hit if you need it. See that I got hit by that one on that side. So on this left side, you can kind of like Manus Claw around until you find an opening and then jump over to this crevice, slide down, very close, jump between the saws at the bottom. Here's our switch that's going to release our lantern, and now we can drop down to where the lantern was and turn on our second lantern. So now we're gonna head back through to this like common area, and our gate should be open in the middle with another elevator up. So we're gonna head up through the ceiling here into our 3rd challenge. Not even the final challenge yet. I think this is one after this. So these bugs you kind of want to smack out of the way. If you hit them, then they won't be able to touch you to damage you. So you kind of want to smack them to open them. And then these ones here, you're going to dash over spikes, nail spike on their head, and monarch wing over it. So now we have another bench to rest at, so our spawn will be reset here, because we're about halfway through now. Alright, now time this to where you jump across with enough time to jump over the saw. Dash and monarch wing. And now there's a saw right above our head here, so we can bounce across. Quickly quickly Manus Claw between them. And we're going to drop through these saws to our right here. Be careful not to hit these spears. And we got some crevices and a really fast saw here. It's pretty difficult. You're just going to have to jump up as quick as you can. So up there is where we're trying to get, but we have to head to our right to reach it. So we're going to slide down, dash across, and we have more of these spears. I would just dash past these spears and just hang on to the wall with the Mantis Claw. And then when there's an opening, you can dash the rest of the way. find an opening in the ceiling that we're going to jump through. This door is locked, so we're going to head to our left. Very carefully jump through the saws. And then up here, when your head slides kind of right between this pillar, if you get it in the exact right spot, you'll be able to crystal heart. And then make sure you stop before the end or you'll fall on the last saw. Then we've got some more pretty fast saws. We're going to jump across to this one. Alright, this is a pretty difficult spot here. You have to kind of stand at the exact right distance away and then dash through the spears. Then on this one that I'm on, you have to dash and step forward just a bit. And then the last one, just dash and run through. Here, you want to wait up here. Go ahead and dash to either side so you can see the next spikes. If you don't, then you'll fall into the middle. And here we can smack this to open both of these doors. Then we'll head out to our right. Now we are getting pretty close. This is going to be the final platforming area before we end up finding the White King. So we'll jump across here. So down here, we're gonna fall off or jump off the edge, dash, and Monarch Queen. This spot took me a pretty long time. You're gonna want to jump over here, crystal dash, and then you have to time these jumps along the wall with the spikes. And then you're gonna crystal dash again once you get to here, and then stop right above the bugs and nail spike on their head and Monarch Queen up, and then crystal dash one more time across this way, climb up, and then crystal dash at the very top here. We're gonna go through all these thorns. And then I wanted to see if I could hit this guy with the dream nail, but you'll just see there's a bunch of dead knights through here. They have not survived. Another soul statue we can hit, which kind of makes it seem like there might be a boss to fight. But we're gonna hit this last elevator. And spoiler, there's no boss. We're gonna find the White King up here. We can smack him a couple times, he'll fall off and drop our last piece of the white fragment. So once you have both white fragments, we now have the Kingsoul. And I will be showing you guys in the next video how to turn that into the Void Heart, which unlocks the second and third endings. And if you don't have the other part of the white fragment, then check out my Queen's Garden video, because that is acquired in Queen's Garden. And you'll be able to see how I can get that there. But that's going to do it for the White Palace, guys. Good luck with it. It's really annoying. It'll take some time. You definitely want to get the High Blood Charm if you can. It's going to make it a lot easier. And with that, I will see you guys next time.